the struggle real? Are you still struggling with how to maintain moisture in your hair? Well, look no further. I got you. Today, I'm going to reveal the secret to maximizing moisture retention. Hey guys, Karen with Curl House. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, a certified trichologist, and the owner of the Curl House Hair Restoration Collection. And today we are going to talk about your struggle with maintaining moisture. I know the struggle is real, y'all. I've been there, but today I'm going to give you some tips on how you can actually retain moisture. But before we talk about that, it's most important for you to understand what is moisture, or what is a moisturizer? In a nutshell, when I talk about moisture, I'm talking about water. Water is the universal moisturizer. So the only thing that can moisturize your hair is water or a water-based product. Now, I'm going to show you some products in a moment, but before I even get into that, I want you to understand what your hair's porosity is. Yes, I said the word porosity. I know you've heard low porosity, high porosity. What is my porosity? I'm going to explain to you what porosity is in 1 minute. Real quick, let me teach you about porosity in 1 minute. So porosity is simply your hair's ability to absorb and retain moisture. So your hair strand is made of layers. The outer layer is the cuticle layer. It's very similar to these blinds. With low porosity hair, that cuticle layer lies flat, very similar to this. And if you have low porosity hair, when you moisturize your hair like that, as you can see, it's hard for water to enter the hair strand, but it's also hard for it to be released. Now with high porosity hair, it's the exact opposite. High porosity hair, the hair layer is open. So when you moisturize your hair, that moisture enters the hair strand quickly, but it leaves just as quickly. So determine what type of porosity level your hair is, and that is also going to help you to determine how often you need to moisturize your hair. Okay, so now that you know what porosity is, yay! When you are trying to retain moisture, it's going to be important that you are able to identify what type of moisturizer your hair needs. And a lot of times, in order to determine what type of moisturizer your hair needs, you have to know your porosity level. So I'm going to pop a video up above about how you determine your porosity. Normally, most of us are high porosity or low porosity or even normal porosity, but the video above will go into detail and explain that even more. So in terms of retaining moisture, let's look at some moisturizers so that I can help you to determine what's going to be best for you. I got 4 moisturizers here. Now, the names of these products may not say moisturizer. Believe me, they don't. One says, this one is actually by Curl House, Hair Nourishing Leave-In Conditioner. This one is by Outdo. This is Hair Whip. This is by Adiva Naturals, and this is the Lusterizer. Yes, 24-hour moisture. And this one is by Bella Shear, and this is a leave-in cream. They're all moisturizers, so don't get caught up in the name. You know, these names of these products have gotten real fancy as of lately, but let's look at some of the ingredients. Okay, so that's tip number 1 to mastering moisture retention is know the ingredients. So don't focus on the name because, like I said, the names are real fancy, but have a basic understanding of the ingredients, particularly the first 2 ingredients, because the first 2 ingredients usually is an indication of what the majority of the product is. So, for example, in the Curl House Hair Nourishing Leave-In Conditioner, the first 2 ingredients, the first one is water, and the second one is glycerin. Glycerin is a humectant. So a humectant is an ingredient that helps your hair to retain moisture and draws moisture to your hair. And that's what you want in terms of moisture retention. Products that have humectants in them. The other one that I have in my hand is the Adiva Naturals Lusterizer. Now, the first ingredient in this product is aloe vera juice, not water. Is aloe vera juice a moisturizer? Yes, it is. Aloe vera juice is primarily water. It's 98% water. So yes, that does qualify as a moisturizer. And in addition to that, aloe vera juice is a humectant, right? So First ingredient, humectant. Second ingredient is rose water. So rose water is a humectant too. So when you're thinking about retaining moisture in your hair, you want to make sure that your products have humectants in it. Now, in terms of your porosity, these two products are excellent for low porosity hair because, again, as you saw in that video, low porosity hair, that cuticle layer lies flat. So with the cuticle layer lying flat, it is harder for moisture to enter and harder for it to escape. So if you are taking a liquid, both of these are very lightweight liquids. You can hear them. If your cuticle layer lies flat, if you are spraying a lightweight moisturizer or leave-in in your hair, that is easier. The liquid is easier for your hair to uptake that moisture than it would be for something thicker. Now, that doesn't mean you can't use a cream for low porosity hair. You absolutely can use a cream. I'm going to take a look at two creams right now. Now, the first one is by Bella Shear. This is a leave-in cream. Actually, I just got this. I'm a part of a subscription box called Curls for You, and I get new products like once a quarter. It's an awesome subscription service, Curls for You. I'll put the link below. But anyway, I recently got this in the mail, and I've been testing it out, and it's awesome. Let me tell you what's in it. The first ingredient is water. The second ingredient is shea butter. The third ingredient is mango butter. Fourth ingredient is castor oil. So just buy those ingredients. What do you think? Do you think it's a thicker product in terms of a leave-in cream, or do you think it's a lightweight product? We'll do a test in a moment. The next cream I have is by Outdo, and this is Hair Whip. This is a moisturizer too. The first ingredient is aloe vera juice. I said that word again. That's a humectant. Aloe vera juice is awesome for your hair. Awesome. It contains like vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E. It also nourishes the hair, balances the hair and scalp. It's great for the scalp as well. But aloe vera juice is awesome for the hair and scalp. And that's the first ingredient. And remember, it's 98% water. So this is considered a moisturizer. The second ingredient is propane diol. That is also a humectant, and she has some other oils in this. So in terms of what you should put in your hair in terms of moisture retention, when your hair is low porosity or that cuticle is sitting a little flatter, you want something that your hair is going to be able to absorb quicker. So with these two, this one, again, I can already tell is thicker based upon the ingredients, but let's give it a test. If I put this on my elbow, these elbows might look a little ashy, but let me see. Let me put it here. All right, so I put this on my skin. Let's see how quickly this is absorbed into my skin. I'm still rubbing. This is not a bad thing, y'all. It's not. It's just kind of just confirms what I thought, that this is a thicker leave-in cream because it is full of butters and oils, which is great for the hair. Now, let's check out Outdo. Okay. You can instantly tell the difference, right? It kind of instantly absorbed into the skin. So the Outdo Hair Whip, in terms of the consistency, it would be a lighter leave-in conditioner, which is excellent for low porosity hair. And the other one, the thicker one that has water is the first ingredient, but like the next 7 or 8 ingredients was oils and butters. I would consider this a thicker leave-in because of its consistency. Remember, with high porosity hair, that cuticle layer sits up. So it's going to be very easy for your hair to absorb thicker creams like this because the cuticle layer sits up. Now, in contrast, if your cuticle layer sits up and you use a lighter spray like this, that hair is going to take in that lightweight leave-in conditioner and it's going to release it just as quickly. So in general, in terms of your porosity, because I'm saying in general, these are general recommendations. If you have lower porosity hair, you can use sprays, lightweight sprays and lightweight creams to moisturize your hair. And if you have high porosity hair, you can use heavier, thicker leave-in creams and butters that contain water to moisturize your hair. That's going to keep your hair moisturized even longer. Also, keep in mind, all of these products that I showed are great. You do not have to necessarily limit your product use to your porosity, right? Because actually hair health, there's so many different things that we can look at when it comes to moisturizing your hair. Porosity was just one. So if lightweight sprays work for you, use them. My hair is high porosity, and with it being gray, I use lightweight sprays and I use creams as well. So you can mix and match. This leads me to the next secret or the next tip that's going to help you to retain that moisture if you're using these creams, these butters, these sprays in your hair. And that secret is to seal your moisture. Now, when I say seal the moisture, I mean lock it in with the oil. So I did a little test. I took two sponges. Sponges are porous like our hair. So this is just going to kind of represent what your hair will do. So if you're putting a moisturizer in your hair and you seal your moisture, meaning you put moisturizer, one of your water-based products, then you put oil on top of it. Ideally, putting the oil on top of the moisturizer, liquid leave-in, is going to trap that moisturizer in or lock it in longer. Now look at these sponges. Here I poured water in one, same amount of water in one, and then I put water and oil in the other. And I let it sit overnight. I woke up in the morning and this is what I saw. You can see the one, water only. Most of the water has evaporated. And then the one I sealed, or the one I put oil in, water and oil, you can see that it's still water in it. So in other words, what this means is the one that had the water and the oil, that sponge stayed wetter or moisturized longer. And I really want you to liken that to your hair. If you're putting your moisturizer in it and if you're sealing it with an oil, you're just locking in the moisture longer. And that is the goal for moisture retention, to keep your hair moisturized longer. Some of your moisturizers already have oils in them. Unless they're really high up on that list, many times the oils that's in your moisturizers are such a small amount that they don't necessarily qualify as sealers. That is why I recommend that you actually put a oil over your moisturizer. There are many, many different types of oils. I'm gonna pop a video up above so that you can look at some of the oils that you can use for your hair. But sealing is something that will absolutely help you to retain your moisture longer. Now, when I say seal, when you seal or lock the moisturizer in, it's not a permanent seal. So it's not, I get that question a lot. People say, well, Karen, if I seal my moisture, isn't that going to trap moisture from getting in my hair? No, because it's not a permanent seal. So it doesn't last forever. It actually wears off. That is why you can apply more moisturizer to your hair even after you've sealed your hair, even after you put the oil in your hair, because it's not a permanent seal. And the next thing that you can do to maximize moisture retention is to try an oil rinse. And I know you're like, Karen, what is an oil rinse? An oil rinse is pretty much coating your hair strand post-shampoo and conditioner with oil. So did you know that your hair is lipophilic? That means it loves oil. It actually has oil on the outside of your hair strands, that sebum, so it has oil. So after you shampoo or conditioner, take a light oil like jojoba oil or grapeseed oil, for example, and just kind of pour it on your hair and let it sit for about 60 seconds. And then rinse it out. And what that does, most of it rinses off, but it adds an extra layer of protection onto your hair. give it a try. I've done it several times. My hair feels amazing. It's also great. That oil rinse is great if you have like single strand knots and your hair keeps attaching to each other. That oil rinse will help to minimize those single strand knots as well. So try an oil rinse. Just give it a try. That can also help you to maintain moisture retention. So believe it or not, I'm not done. I still have 3 more tips, but this is a long video, so I'm going to break this up into 2 parts. I'll be posting part 2 in a few days. And if you are looking for an amazing product line that's going to help with hair growth and hair restoration and healthy hair, you can consider my Curl House Hair Restoration Collection. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And until we talk again, stay fast.